Welcome, everyone. This is class number 27 of the July 2024 IBIS Prep Florida Bar Exam crash course. And we are going to have a comprehensive review today, but we're going to start with Jeopardy because that was what was requested. And I'm a man of the people. Vote for me. Let's play some Jeopardy. Okay. Let's go. So, a statement made by a person which places gotcha. A psyop, as we'll call it. All right, let's try the next one. So it must be reasonable in geographic scope, duration, subject matter. Lauren, you're in first place. The answer is actually, Lauren, I don't think you got it really correctly. Somarys, you're in first place. The answer is non-compete agreements. Non-compete agreements must be reasonable in geographic scope. I'm just reading in the chat if you don't understand that. So government shows necessary to achieve a compelling interest. What level of scrutiny? Yeah, strict scrutiny. Strict scrutiny. What? You want to know if I have a tutor for husbands from now? Your wife? You're trying to hook me up with your fiance? Doesn't that usually lead to voluntary manslaughter or something? Okay. Government must show it is necessary to achieve a compelling interest. No, you don't want me to tutor your wife. That's a bad idea. Okay, what is strict scrutiny? Laws cannot punish people retroactively. What do we call this? Not a bill of attainder, close. People confuse these a lot. Yeah, this would be an ex post facto law. Ex post facto, ex post facto. Ramel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you talking about?
That was between me and Erica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ex post facto law. So federal government cannot compel states to enact legislation. Yes, the commandeering clause, the anti-commandeering clause. Good job, good job, good job. The anti-commandeering clause. All right, what about tenancy for specified period of time? Tenancy for years. Good job, Pablo. What about unauthorized improvement to a property by a tenant or like for stay holder? Yeah, ameliorative waste. Ameliorative waste. A purchaser who takes for value in good faith is a bona fide purchaser. Cool. We're doing pretty good. Concept where the risk of loss passes to the buyer after contract but before closing. A lot of people miss this on your real property essays. Good job, Somarys. You didn't miss it. Equitable conversion. What is equitable conversion? 7 years. What's that this necessary to acquire what? Land by adverse possession. Exactly. 7 years for adverse possession, 20 years for prescriptive easement in Florida. Cool. All right, commercial paper. Does anyone know when a what are the requirements of negotiability for commercial paper under Article 3? What makes something negotiable? What must it be? Does anyone know?
Signed, written, promise, or order to pay. To it must be unconditional. To order or to bear a fixed amount of money with or without interest. A specific date, something
Not
like that.
bad. Like I'll give it a pretty good grade. Commercial paper is a signed, written, unconditional promise to pay a fixed sum of money with or without interest on demand or definitive time to order or bearer with no additional undertakings. A signed, written, unconditional promise to pay a fixed sum of money with or without interest on demand or definitive time to order or bearer with no additional undertakings. What else sounds right in the chat? A signed, written, unconditional promise to pay a fixed sum of money with or without interest to order or bear with no additional undertakings. That's the exact same thing I said. And what Pablo said, unconditional promise to pay a fixed sum of money with or without undertakings. Cool. Signed, written, unconditional promise to pay a fixed sum of money with or without interest on demand or definitive time to order or bear with no additional undertakings. It's going to be a multiple choice question. They're going to say, I, Tommy, do promise to pay Susie $800 if the Dolphins win the Super Bowl. Therefore, it's conditional, not commercial paper. Simple answer. All right. What requires the same elements as a bona fide purchaser? What is this known as? Nice. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Grace actually as a holder in due course. Yeah, Grace, you're the champion, the queen, numero uno for the first round of Jeopardy. And then we'll have a final round. But Grace, you win round one. I decided. Okay, let's play more. This is what Erica wanted. Family law, trust, commercial paper, secure transactions, and ethics. This sounds like a dream. Stuff's easy. You guys are tripping. You should take the Series 7 or the CFA exam. I think they're harder. Okay, let's see. It's not that hard. You just gotta lock in and focus and just learn all these things. Okay, let's start in the left corner. Divorce is granted if marriage is irretrievably broken or spouse is adjudicated mentally incompetent for this many years. Let's see. Yeah, 3 years, perfect. Okay. A reason for granting a modification to a final judgment. Yeah, substantial change. It used to be an unanticipated substantial change. Now it just needs to be a substantial change. Let's see if it's been modified. Yeah, ooh, substantial change. Look at me. Modified. Marital property is subject to this type of distribution upon divorce. Equitable. Yeah, I like that. Equitable distribution. You are not the father. If the DNA test is this percent of accuracy, 95%. Yeah. Yeah. I've never had that problem. Girls don't like me enough to give me a 95% chance of being the father. Alimony given to cover litigation costs during divorce. Yeah, pendente, lite. Oh, wait, I don't pronounce it wrong. I don't mispronounce it. Trusts are presumed this in Florida. Nice, revocable. Alessandro, you're good at this. You have fast fingers. Right? You noticed that too, yeah. Alessandro's got it. He said period. What is revocable trust? All right. These creditors can pierce a spendthrift trust. Ooh. Alimony, government, and child support. All right. As a team, we all got that. Government taxes and judgments, child support, and alimony. Right? Your wife, your kids, and the motherfucking government. The proper word for the property or corpus of the trust. Race, yeah. What is race? What is it? A trust for Rosie your biscuit, for example. They're dogs, for those who don't know. Yeah, we call it an honorary trust. Yeah, Alessandra wasn't your best typing. This type of trust is imposed by a court. I actually accept two answers here. A constructive trust, yeah, I like that's the best answer. Resulting trust will also be accepted. Wow, I knew what I would accept. I was speaking to myself in the future. A person who takes a negotiable instrument for value and good faith without notice. We actually already did this one. A hold in due course. There you go, Pablo. You got it right this time. You would have got it right the last time. Your finger slipped. But slippery fingers could cost you in this world. Commercial paper that can be negotiated by possession. Yeah, bearer paper. Good job, Linda. That's what's up. Bearer paper. A two-party instrument. A note. Nice. Nice. A holder in due course is only subject to these defenses. The real defenses, exactly. The real defenses, the real defenses. I was explaining this to someone the other day, and they're like, I've never heard of this before. And I was like, I don't know what you've been studying, but this is important. In commercial paper, there's a holder in due course. A holder in due course is like a bona fide purchaser, someone who takes for value and good faith without notice. A holder in due course is only subject to the real defenses, not the personal defenses. What are the real defenses? Fraud in the factum, alteration, infancy, illegality, discharge in court, suretyship, statute of limitations, things that like make the instrument messed up. Whereas a personal defense would be like lack of consideration or a mutual mistake of the parties, or like something that like would be a contract offense that would only be available to a regular holder, but not a holder in due course. The best example to distinguish between a real defense and a personal defense is fraud in the factum is a real defense, fraud in the inducement is a personal offense. So a holder in due course will not be subject to a fraud and inducement claim. A holder in due course would still be subject to a fraud in the factum claim. If that made no sense to anyone, don't worry. It's just a very small part of the test. Okay. These two types of warranties associated with commercial paper. Presentment and transfer. Fucking wow, that was fast, Alessandra. Yes. Presentment warranties and transfer warranties. All right. Attachment is usually accomplished with a written version of this. A security agreement. Good job, Linda. Pablo? Not exactly correct, but I think you're onto something. Perfection is usually accomplished by this. Pablo, you could ex post facto get this one right. Yeah, a financing statement, right? A financing statement. Alessandra's saying a possession. I mean, there's some things you can perfect by possession, but typically it's going to be the most typical way of attachment is security agreement. Perfection is financing statement. Attachment gives the lender rights in the collateral. Financing statement puts other lenders on notice and determines priority. There are 4 types of tangible collateral. Who's got the fastest fingers in the West now? You're also allowed to say it out loud if you know it. Farm products, consumer goods, inventory, equipment, farm products. I'm actually gonna give this one to Linda for the completeness of it all, right? Consumer goods, inventory, equipment, and farm products. What do you think, Justino? You're impressed with this class? This is knowledge? Yeah, I know. Bunch of fucking geniuses. I know, man. It must be a good teacher or something. So what are consumer goods, inventory, farm products, and equipment? Okay, the PMSI on consumer goods has what right?
Priority.
Yeah, it has what right? I would call it second in time, first in right. Right? Second time, first in right. Super priority, yeah. Priority, exactly. We all get this. Okay. The amount of days in the grace period for perfection for PMSI and non-consumer goods. Oh, what a terrible grammar mistake. In a non-consumer goods. Can I fix that right now in the live speed? Yes, I can. All right, sorry. I have grammar issues. Not that I have grammar issues, I just have issues when there's grammar problems, the opposite of grammar issues. Okay, the amount of days in the grace period for perfection of a PMSI and non-consumer good. Did anyone get this one right? Yeah, 20 days. Good looks. This may arise when there's a pre-existing relationship. What topic is this? I don't know. Drama. Let me just try and think this one through. Without knowing the topic, what could the answer to this be? This may arise when there's a pre-existing relationship. A conflict of interest. Yes, I think you're right, Pablo. I think you're right. I think it's conflict of interest. I think we're doing ethics. Good job, Pablo. That took a lot of skill. I couldn't even think that one through. That was tough.
Question mark. You got to give you some credit there too. I literally wrote an ethics issue. I just couldn't figure out which one.
Yeah. Nice. All right, good job. You and Pablo got it. I couldn't even get that one. I was like, what topic are we? Okay. These fees require a calculation of how they'll be measured if awarded. Contingency fees. Nice. Oh, Pablo's on his game right now. Okay. The attorney must participate if he, she, non-binary receives this. Referral fees, yes. He, she, they. What is referral fee? The attorney must be forthcoming. The duty of candor. I like that. When the attorney lacks the appropriate skill or knowledge. Right, the duty of competency. Nice. All right, ethics, another one in ethics. All right, fast fingers are us. We got some competitors here. I don't even know what this question is. I'm about to surprise myself. Acting a fool inside the courtroom. Decorum, yeah. Somarys coming in with the late win. So Grace wins the first one, and Somarys wins the second one. The duty of decorum. Yeah, acting a fool, shacting a fool. All right. Good news is for everyone, Grace wins round 1, Somarys wins round 2, but there shall be a round 3. I told my boot camp class today, I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do in my class today. Just come, I'll see what people want to do. And Erica was like, can we play Jeopardy? I never planned on doing this, but I think this is good. All right. You can see or no? We can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Can you see all obstacles in our way? All right, now you can see, right? All right, what subject is this? Florida Civ Pro, Crim Pro, Business, NDs, and Wills. Sounds fun. You're having heart palpitations for this? It's not good.
Not in a good way, yeah.
You probably see like a medical professional pretty quickly. Okay, let's go. Must be served within 120 days of commencement unless good cause or neglect is shown. Yeah, someone's gonna complain. I guess that works. I was like, what does S&C stand for? But yeah, they complain. Yeah. What is the complaint? Must be served within 20 days of the answer. The answer. Ooh, this is a tough one. I like that, the reply. Oh, I guess it's not that tough. Never mind. Who got it? Somarys. On her game. Alessandra, I feel like you should have joined my course from the way beginning. But whatever. Who might have think that? I said I think you should have joined my course from the way beginning. You're a good participant. It would have been fun to have you. A close of evidence if plaintiff has failed to prove a central element. And I meant that in a good way, like you're fun to have. Vanessa's more quiet, but I always have a place for anyone related to my dog. That makes sense. Directed verdict. Yeah. Nice. I close of evidence if plaintiff has failed to prove an essential element. Yeah, I like a directed verdict. JMOL is what they use in federal law. We would use directed verdict in Florida, right? Good job, Justino. Showing off for the people. Appropriate court for ejectment cases between landlord and tenant. It's gotta be circuit court, right? Ooh, we're going back between circuit and county. It's literally circuit, county, county. I think it's circuit, yeah. If it's an ejectment case, if it's a property dispute, it's circuit court. Remember that was one of the questions from our test? Okay. The proper court for disputes involving homeowners associations. I think this is gonna be county court, yeah. All right, so that's a cool little thing to learn. Ejectments or circuit, homeowners associations, county court. Cool. 175 days. Yeah, I'll take that, Somarys. It's a speedy trial for felony, right? Time to bring a defendant to trial for a felony, 175 days from the arrest. All right, bet you the next one says 90 days. I just have a feeling. Man, the amount of time a defendant must be brought for misdemeanor. Oh, it is 90 days, but it was backwards. Cool. So what if there's a misdemeanor and a felony? What if you're a real badass, or not badass? What if you're a real bad guy and you get charged with a felony and a misdemeanor in one? How many days do you get?
175 if it's in the same
Yeah.
document.
You're gonna get the 175, yeah, for sure. Okay. What's the time to bring a defendant to trial for a felony? We already talked about that. It's going backwards in time now. Okay. Criminal offense punishable by incarceration for a period not in excess of 1 year. Is a misdemeanor. Good job. Good job. The defendant's response to formal charges occurs here. Yeah, arraignment. Exactly. That's when you're gonna file your charges. Good job. The defendant's response to formal charges at the arraignment. A possible sentence only for crimes involving murder. Yeah, I think the death penalty. The spousal privilege, unlike the marital communications, is not recognized in Florida. Spousal immunity, yeah. This spousal privilege, unlike marital communications, yeah, the testimonial, right? Spousal testimonial, yeah. Testimonial privilege. This can be proved through opinion, cannot be proved through opinion testimony in Florida. Character evidence, nice. This exception to hearsay is not recognized in Florida except on cross-examination of an expert witness. Yeah, the learned treatise. Good work, Alessandra. That's why I was saying I wish you were in my class from the beginning, because sometimes I get really bored, and then Rob and Erica are usually my class clowns, if you will. And then one day they weren't here together, and I was just like, it's getting lonely. Okay, an opponent a party admission is considered this in Florida. Rob's pretty much a class clown. I didn't mean you, Erica, but you do participate. You're a class participant. Alessandra's fast fingers. Icky Vicky, where is Icky Vicky? Is she not even here tonight? Oh my god. No Victoria? It's crazy. So a party point admission is considered this in Florida. It's gonna be, what'd you guys say? Admissible, exception, 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 yeah, exception. Right, in federal, it's an exemption. In Florida, it's exception. This standard applied to Florida in expert testimony. Does anyone know? Yeah, Dauber, good job. This is how an estate is divided if there's no will in Florida. Yeah, per serpes, per serpes, per serpes. Exactly. I can't believe Vicky's not here. She would love Jeopardy. Icky Vicky, our favorite. Okay, this allows a spouse to take 30% of the estate. I'm texting right now saying the class is asking for her. Okay. Yeah, they like to share. Florida does not require that a spouse survive the other by this many hours. This is a weird question, but it's a simultaneous death act, and yeah, it doesn't require that it's by 120 hours. Yeah, Rob, if Vicky comes in and is hiding out surprise, I think that's a great idea. The name for a child who is born after the parent dies. Pretermitted, nice. The interest a child from a previous marriage will receive in a homestead owned by the father when the stepmother survives. Yeah. Wait. The remainder, yes, it's Severus was saying. Like you'll get the remainder in the homestead, right? The child will get the remainder in the homestead because the stepmother will get the life estate, and the father or the kid will get the remainder. Oh, okay. So has limited liability and subject to double taxation. Shelby, are you there? This is a C corporation, right? A corporation has limited liability and subject to double taxation, as opposed to a partnership, which has, if it's a general partnership, unlimited liability and flow through taxation. The partner who's personally liable, in a partnership? Right, the general partner. A way to hold the board of directors personally liable for the actions of a corporation. This is heavily tested. A derivative suit is actually a good freaking answer that I'll accept from everyone, but I'm not looking for that answer. What if we were trying to go after the board of directors personally? Yes, Alessandra, piercing the corporate veil is the answer I was looking for. Piercing the corporate veil, either after going after the board of directors personally, or going after a parent company, piercing a subsidiary, a shell company. Acts by officers outside the scope of their authority. Ultra virus, excellent job, Linda. When a person cannot deny the existence of a partnership. Partnership by estoppel. Yeah, I like that. That's all good answers. Partnership by estoppel. Really good job, everyone. All right, Final Jeopardy. We have Grace as the winner. We have Somarys as the winner. Tried to get Vicky to come. She said she's doing essays. Vicky doing essays. All right, you all ready for this one? Corporations. Good faith but improper filing of the articles of incorporation. It is de facto. Alessandro, you had your moment to win, but Erica came in for the swoop, right? De jure would be the proper filing. De facto is the answer we're looking for. Yeah, I know, Alessandra. I was low-key rooting for you too. But Erica, you are the winner, which is amazing, and we're happy for you. So we have Erica, we have Grace, we have Somarys. Now we get to bring you three up to the competition round of champions. And I'm not saying that I wasn't rooting for anyone else, but what, Somarys, what are you saying wait for?
There's more?
Oh yeah, there's always more. Okay, Grace, are you there? All right. You can either say
Yes, I'm here.
you can say the answer out loud or you could write it in the chat. And whoever gets it right advances to the next round, and then we'll do another question and we'll give you guys another opportunity. Only these three genius ladies are allowed to answer the question. Okay, so we're gonna do Florida. I had a good question, but it was kind of not what I wanted to do. Okay, what is a promise tied to land remedied by injunction?
An equitable servitude?
Yes, that's the fucking answer. Amazing. Somarys, you made it to the
Ah.
champion round. All right, you're not the necessary champion. Now it's between Erica and Grace. Good job. That's a tough question. I had to think it through to make it hard. All right, Erica and Grace for the semifinals to face off against the final boss, Somarys. Let's see. What uh what is another name for a trust that's essentially a payable on death account?
Payable,
Not a testamentary trust. Grace, wrong.
Oh, the totem
Yes,
trust.
so interested. I'll give it to Grace. You're allowed to guess twice. Those are the rules I just made up. So Grace, you made it to the final round against Somarys. How isn't it ironic that the two accountability partners are playing against each other in the championship round? Amazing. All right,
Period.
Somarys, Grace, for the queen of the match. Let's see. This is super fun for me. Uh what is an agreement to pay off an old debt with a lower amount?
Accord and
Accord and
satisfaction.
satisfaction.
Who got it first? I forget. Who got it first?
Let the class vote.
I think we know who got it.
Give him another one, Andrew. Give him another
All
one.
right, give another one. All right, fine. Let's see. Country. Oh, okay. Um, uh, um, what is the case that states that you must disclose known defects in residential real property?
Johnson v. Davis?
Damn, you're good. You deserve
Oh,
it.
I was not sure.
That was really good. Good job, Somarys. I feel like you're doing amazing. I mean, it's 8:30. Like I planned on doing a lecture or whatever, but I think playing Jeopardy was fun. I'll take like 10 more minutes to just kind of ask some people some questions. Does anyone else want to play this game? Just you're saying it's an awesome experience. Well, why don't you step up to the plate and let me ask you another question? Nothing too hard. Nothing too hard, I promise you.
Okay.
Okay. What are deed formalities?
No clue.
All right, let's phone a friend is what we do. Can anyone answer that? What are deed formalities? What is necessary?
Can I phone whoever just won Jeopardy?
Yes, Somarys, yeah. Somarys, what are deed formalities?
So in Florida, what are the deep formalities? I was literally getting off my brain after winning. Hold on.
No, Grace has your back. No, Grace, go ahead.
The two witnesses, it must be written and signed.
Right.
I
and have-
apologize. I don't think I understood the question. Deed formalities, yes, it has to be written, has to describe the property, it has to satisfy the statute of frauds, and it has to be sworn by two witnesses.
Exactly. No, sometimes I'm very hard to understand. It's an acquired here. It's an acquired sound. All right, let me ask you another question. I'll try to articulate myself a little bit better. Okay. What are the different types of alimony that are available in Florida for divorce cases?
There's 5 types of alimony. There's the pendente one that we talked about, there's the bridge the gap, there's permanent, rehabilitative, and then periodic.
Right now, there's again, really glad you came to my class because there's some changes that they fucking made in the last year, and you got to learn some of these. One you learned today. What type of comparative fault state is Florida?
Modern.
Modified, right? It's modified. If you're over 50% of fault, you can recover. That's a 2023. They also, as a 2023, eliminated permanent alimony. In Florida, you can no longer recover permanent alimony. That's a true fact. Now, if you're grandfathered in, if you've already been awarded permanent alimony, you're allowed to recover. But as of 2023, I believe, 2024 even, you can no longer be awarded permanent alimony. They also changed the duration requirements, where it used to be 7 to 17, it's now 10 to 20. So 0 to 10 is short term, 10 to 20 is midterm, over 20 is considered a long-term marriage, but still amazing. I mean, again, on the test, if you would have wrote about permanent alimony, you could still get a passing score. But as of 2023, they've eliminated permanent alimony. So we'd have like that durational, temporary, rehabilitative, and bridge the gap would be the 4 now instead of the 5. Yeah,
I'm glad I came.
I'm glad you came too. I'm going to do another session on Wednesday, another session on Saturday. Bring your friends, everyone can come. Let's see. Let me ask like 2 more people. Linda, you seem comfortable. How's it going?
Good.
You're about to go to sleep?
No, I just haven't turned the lights on and it got dark while I was
Okay.
in class. So
Nice. You've been working hard. You're ready to pass. You're only taking part A, right? Because you already passed MB.
yes.
That's good vibes. Well, what are the different types of causes of action for products liability?
There's strict products liability, and then there's products liability based on negligence. And then there's also one based on warranty, but that's only if you have only economic losses, I think. And then I don't know, there's also like the design defect, manufacturing defect, failure to warn. I don't really know which one consider the causes of action, but
Yeah, no, I like that. There's the negligence claim, duty, breach, causation, damages, and then there's the strict liability theories, design defect, manufacturing defect, failure to warn or inadequate warning, and then implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Yeah, amazing. And then I saw Adam, you turned your camera on. Does that mean you want to play my game? All right. So let me ask you a question. What can you explain the homestead exemption to the class?
Yeah, the homestead exemption protects certain types of property from creditors other than the lawyer which got the homestead rights, child support, alimony, and I know I'm going this roundabout, and the IRS, the government, and it allows you, a resident of Florida, to be free of those creditors for 160 acres outside a municipality and a half acre within a municipality. And I probably forgot some other things in there.
Yeah, 160 acres outside municipality, half acre inside municipality. It's protected except for like liens, mortgages, any encumbrances on the property. Like you said, the lawyer who actually procured the homestead or who's representing it, or taxes from the government. Um, and yeah, it's pretty solid. Whenever you see on the test them telling you like 150-acre property, they give you some acreage. They're signifying homestead. I really think we're due in Florida for sunshine law, homestead exemption, enacting a law or ordinance in Florida, general law versus special law versus general law of local application. Like I feel like a Florida specific con law essay is coming up.
Those
Okay.
can come up in multiple choice though, too, right?
So typically multiple choice is Civ Pro, Crim Pro procedure, evidence, and then wills and trusts, and then business entities, commercial paper, and secure transactions. They always test procedure. They usually test wills, and then it seems to be a toss-up between wills and trusts and business entities, commercial paper, and secure transactions. Those are the multiple choice subjects. The essay subjects are contracts, torts, con law, but con law could be federal con law, Florida con law, or con crim law, which seems to mostly include 4th, 5th, and 6th, exclusionary rule, Miranda rights, warrants, things like that. And then real property, family law, and ethics. Those are tested as essay subjects. So that's how it seems to be broken up. Wills, trust, business entities, commercial paper, secured transactions, procedure and evidence or multiple choice, contracts, torts, con law, real property, family law, and ethics are essays, but they do have liberty to kind of be evil. But from my experience and from all my tutors' experience, it's pretty much the way that I've described it. So Alexa said, for Civ Pro real quick, can you review the differences between adversarial and non-adversarial preliminary hearings? Can someone who committed a felony ever have a non-adversarial preliminary hearing? I believe it's a felony, it's always adversarial. Yeah, these are, adversarial, like these are rare. An adversarial preliminary hearing is almost like a miniature grand jury investigation. It's like the person hasn't been released, they haven't, filed any charges, and they've been there for 21 days, and we need to like have a mini hearing. The non-adversarial one is the one that pretty much everyone gets, right away, that you're entitled to. So like it's rare that you're gonna get, and you only are entitled to it if they didn't have probable cause, right? If they arrested you with probable cause, then there's no need to have a probable cause determination hearing, right? Like these are to determine probable cause, and you only get one if you haven't been released and you're a felon, and it's been 21 days for an adversarial one. For non-adversarial one, you'll get one so long as they didn't have probable cause when they arrested you. Okay, let me ask maybe one or two more people, and then we'll call
Is
it
it
a night.
okay, before we move on, is it okay if I just say, I'm sure the whole chat will correct me if I'm wrong, but there's probable cause hearings that come after arrest. It's only probable cause as to whether or not the defendant should be held in custody until the trial. Failure to show probable cause, whether it be adversarial or not, just results in the release. It doesn't result in any impact on the charges and the case proceeds.
Exactly. No, I don't think anyone's going to correct you in the chat because I think you said it perfectly, right?
Right, just when I watched one of your videos, I was like, probable cause, and then it took me just a second to click, and I was like, dude, I hope I didn't get that wrong.
No, you got that. It's yeah, probable cause. But just because you're released doesn't mean that they're not gonna, go through with the trial. It just means they can't hold you any longer. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So Somarys, you're really on point. Why don't I bring you back up to or your brain is done, you said.
No, it's here.
Wanna play more? Okay, we'll do Somarys, we'll do one more person, and then we'll call it a night. And then what I was gonna do tonight, which was for my materials, I was gonna go through this Florida Bar crash course review, which is just like my old, I made in 2021. I pretty much have a slide for every subject, but I'll do that. And then I hit you with the Michael Jordan quote. But then I'll do that on Wednesday, and then there's still class on Saturday. There's so many things. This materials folder is from my 2023 course. It's maybe there's some things in here that you like better than the other course, but I think literally everything that's valuable we've added to that course, to the Google Classroom. The questionnaires are the best thing. Like, go through these questionnaires and make sure you know everything cold. And then my boy Joel's folder is really great. Joel's one of my best students who performed the highest. He had the best album cover. And if you go through like his Florida Crim Pro outline, I mean, you really can't lose. It's like an amazing outline that talks about the first appearance and the right adversarial, right, they're not formally charged within 21 days, then they have a right to a hearing, right? And this is what you were talking about, Alexa, that if they're held in custody, charges must be filed within 30 days of the arrest. That's where the 30 days comes in. And then there's a 30, 33, 40-day rule. Like, all this stuff is in Joel's outlines, and it's pretty amazing. And you could access it in the classroom, and things like that. But I was gonna go over my slides, but I'll do that on Wednesday. I really think today was a valuable day to do the Jeopardy and to ask questions and to crown Somarys. So yeah, tonight was good, relaxed. Somarys, let me ask you one more question, and then I'll ask one final person, and then we'll call it a night. Nothing too crazy. We've covered a lot of stuff tonight. What is subject to strict liability? In what torts are subject to strict liability?
Abnormally dangerous, and abnormally dangerous activities and wild animals.
Yeah, exactly. And then maybe potentially a products liability case. And then what
Mhm.
is negligence per se?
Negligence per se is essentially kind of like a statutory negligence claim where there is a law in place that is in place to protect that type of plaintiff from the type of injury caused.
Mm-hmm. And what's res ipsa loquitur?
Thing speaks for itself. The injury would not have happened but for some negligent conduct, and the defendant had exclusive control.
Right. Amazing. I think we should bring our third and second place finisher. So Erica, third place, good. You even beat out Alessandra, who was we thought she couldn't be beat. But let me ask you a question. You're really good at the secure transactions, commercial paper, business entities thing. I like that. What voting rights do common stockholders have?
Common stockholders have, I mean, I don't even know how to like properly explain it. They can vote, but preferred stock is usually non-voting rights.
Yeah, so preferred stock is non-voting rights. They have dividend priority. Common stockholders have voting rights. They get to vote for the board of directors. They get to vote for fundamental changes to the company, like a merger, a stock split, changes to the corporate charter, or anything that's like a fundamental change. Consolidation, merger, liquidation is a big one. There's that one question where they get to vote because the business is selling all of its assets, and selling all of its assets constitutes a liquidation event. No, you're fine, Erica. Yeah, it's late. Don't worry. Tomorrow's the first day of the boot camp that I don't have students before the boot camp. Because we've been working in the mornings, but tomorrow I get to allegedly sleep in. I don't see it happening, but that's that. All right, and then Grace, last but not least. Well, Angie, I saw that you were talking. Oh, that was Ricky. That was your baby who typed in the chat. I was trying to decode that. That's why I turned sideways. I was like, what does that mean? Do you want to play? Do you want to play, Angie? Are you still there? Do you and Ricky want to play? Angie, you're in the chat? No, nothing. Okay. Grace, you're here? Yes. Okay. Last question of the night for Grace. Let's make it about ethics. So, um, what what occurs if there's a conflict of interest when it could potentially spread to others, and how could you potentially resolve that? What is that called when it spreads to others, and what's it called to potentially resolve it?
It's imputed to the other law firm partners, and they resolve it with screening, which is basically separating the conflict of interest attorney from all the information, access to the information, from the case.
It's so amazing. I had some students here who were coming for the first time, and they got to see just how prepared the students are. And Grace, that was a phenomenal way to finish. Somarys, that was a well-earned victory. And Erica, I really appreciate the suggestion. I didn't even plan on doing Jeopardy, but I thought that was a cool, chill way to have tonight's class. So Wednesday, I'll go over that PowerPoint where I do one slide for every single subject. I'll tie up any loose ends. And then Saturday, there is a class from 11 to 1, and it's pretty much open-ended. We'll just leave no stone unturned, and we'll feel really, really good about passing this test. From my experience, the questionnaires are the key. If you can go through the Florida questionnaires blank and articulate every rule of law, you'll do fine. And then in the meantime, when you're stressed and you don't know what to do with your time when you're studying for Florida, issue spot the Florida essays, read the essays, spot all the issues, write the quick rules of law, and then compare it to the model answer, and then multiple choice Q banks. There's a lot of different Q banks that we provided that you could do practice questions, but the most important Florida multiple choice Q bank is the one that's the FBBE Q bank, where it's the official Florida questions that they've disclosed. I would do them over and over and over until you're getting them all right. Someone's saying, Valerie, can you just stay after the recording and I'll get you all set up? But everyone, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an amazing night. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you all Wednesday. I'm going to stop this recording.